It's Bank Holiday Friday morning. I'm sober curious, which means that I went out last night. I didn't have a single drink, which means I'm very energized this morning. And also I have some really dry skin at the side of my lip, which is making me feel really insecure. And so I'm going to do some exposure therapy today, because today I've realised I woke up this morning and all my friends are hungover. Everyone's messaged me and they feel like shit. One of my friends is hungover at a Botox top-up appointment. What level of torture is that? God bless. I hope you're doing well, babe. Me, on the other hand, I went out, got the last tram home, went to a Bad Bunny's burlesque night. It was fucking amazing. Got the last tram home. I had a full 9 hours sleep. Woke up with this bad bitch in my face, which is kicking me while I'm down, but I'm persevering through. And today is going to be a day of hobbies because I feel good and I have a whole day off and I'm an adult with no other responsibilities. Another one of my hobbies is now making YouTube videos, so maybe I'll vlog today, and then I simply can't feel bad about this, because the more you look at it, the more it just becomes normal and part of your face, right? This is just science. It's okay, it will heal. It's just a face. I started the day strong with hobby number 1, which is reading. I'm nearly finished this book, which I'm really loving. It's called The List. It's really fucking good. This is messy. There's a really big plot point about whether or not someone has effectively assaulted someone else, and it's like, do we believe them, do we not? And then they're comparing them to other people who have done like worse thing comparatively, and does that mean that they're good by comparison? And unpacking like male behavior. Honestly, this is so fucking good. So I've nearly finished this. I'm gonna try and finish that this morning, or at some point today. The next thing on my list is a bit of enrichment time on my iPad. Now, while that doesn't count as a hobby really, does it? I am trying to be more intentional about how I use social media. So I don't have Instagram on my phone. And last night I met a bunch of really cool people at this event, and they're like, oh, what's your Insta? Like, let's swap. And I was like, I physically can't do that on my phone, but I'll do it on yours and I'll follow you back in the morning. So I did that, and then I posted all like the videos and stuff from last night and like a couple of photos and stuff. And that probably took about half an hour. And then now I'm like, cool, okay, that's done. What's next? What I would like to do in my free time today, I would like to play a game of Mario Party with my boyfriend. We've got the new Jamboree one, and there's levels that we haven't done yet, and we love it. It's a great game. The second thing I'd like to do is play some of The Sims. I'm still doing the Not So Berry challenge, and I'm very close to finishing it, and I would like to just get it done, because the way I work is that like I hyperfixate and I can't do any other gameplays until I finish that one, and I've been doing it for like 2 years. So we've got to wrap it up, otherwise I won't finish it till next winter, and that's getting ridiculous. It's a really good thing that my hair looks great today, because it's like counteracting the fact that I feel really crappy about my skin. The final thing, isn't the final thing? No, I've also got a hoop class booked for tonight, which I'm really excited about, because I've not been to hoop proper in ages. So that's one of my hobbies. But before that, if I can squeeze in some sewing, that'd be pretty like sick. It's 11:30 in the morning. Hoop is until 7, right? So I have the whole day. I could do Sims in the evening too. So I have the whole day. Lunch is already made. What hobbies will she get done? I don't know, it's very exciting. This is the outfit of the day. I went charity shopping in my hometown a couple of weeks ago and found this for £2, and I meant to not be buying clothes, but my friends were like, that's so cute, it's so Bratz, you've got to buy it. I don't even know if I'm going to leave the house today. I actually might put joggers on in a second, but like pretend I am leaving the house. These, I got them from a friend. Didn't even buy these. Oh, and this is from a secondhand shop in Kyoto. So, slay. We've just finished playing Mario Party, and I got absolutely dominated by my boyfriend, which is great. He got 9 stars and I only got 3. So in an attempt to claw myself back from that low, I'm going to attempt to finish this pattern I started ages ago. I bought this book thinking it would be kind of like a beginner's guide to helping build patterns. Would I say it was beginner friendly? No. And that's probably the reason that I started this down here and haven't finished it. The thing about sewing that no one tells you is the cutting out of the pieces and the ironing and all of that takes fucking ages. And for those of us desperately seeking immediate gratification, I mean, hello, I think I'm addicted to social media. That's difficult. So I'm not going to attempt to finish these today. I'm just going to attempt to make some progress, because the time's going to pass either way. So there are a lot of things I enjoy about sewing. The thing about it is it's nothing like Instagram or any other kind of immediate gratification thing where it's not easy to get into. Like, it takes a little bit of like mental, like you're going to have to put some work in here. This is not instant gratification. Once you get into it though, the really nice thing is like you only really need to know as far as the next step, and you can spend as much time as you want working it out. It forces you to focus. Now, sometimes I listen to my audiobook while I'm doing it, which is nice, but it does require your mental capacity a lot of the time. And it does mean that sometimes you end up kind of like you allow your brain some quiet time, which allows you some processing time, because I don't know where I read this, it probably was on social media, but this piece I read was talking about the concept of, because we're constantly stimulated, we never give ourselves time to process things or emotions or thoughts that we've had. And I feel like with sewing, it gives me that time to do that, because like my brain space, while it's taken up by this, it's not being stimulated like constantly. I feel like something I've really noticed with the hobbies I have now is that you notice a passing of time either way. And by that I mean, you must have seen that post where it's like, oh, if I do this master's degree, it's going to take 3 years. And it's like, well, the time's going to pass either way, right? And I feel like I noticed that, and gradual commitment with my hobbies. So with pole, it's the fact that I just keep showing up. And while I do have some goals and stuff I want to achieve, just by showing up every week, I notice strength building, and I notice myself being able to do more tricks and stuff. That time has passed either way. And the same thing is with sewing. And sometimes it's a little treat, because when I do a project like this where I kind of sometimes get bored and I tap out or whatever, you know, I kind of get frustrated with myself because I'm like, well, I've not finished this in one go. But then what happens is, today I picked this out of the box and I was like, oh, I've chopped all the pieces out. I'm actually at the building stage, the sewing stage, the bit that I like the most. And it's a little treat for me because time has passed either way. The time would have passed if I hadn't have built little bits of this together slowly. Just do the thing, you know, and your future self will be grateful for it. Your future self is going to be there one way or another. You can either lay the foundations for your little projects, hobbies, things you want to achieve, or you won't, but your future self will exist either way, you know? Now 4:30 and I'm on a bit of a side quest. I am having so much fun building my trousers, but I just ran out of thread in my bobbin, which I need to replace. And I'm in a position with it where I'm like, I'm having fun, but I'm going to hoop in about 3 hours, just shy. And my instructor just found out that she's got her unconditional offer from uni to do her masters, which is really fucking exciting because I have free time today and I'm just feeling so joyful and creative. I'm gonna make some cupcakes which I can take to her as a little congratulations. So I've stopped mid-sewing and I'm now on this side quest. A couple of hours ago I just had a couple of pieces of fabric really, and now we have 2 halves of a short looking terribly neat coming together. Look at this gorgeous little, I don't know if you can see that detail, the wave on the pocket. How cute is that? So I'm really pleased. I think now's the sensible time to stop because I have the whole bank holiday weekend to potentially finish these, but the key for sewing is not to put too much pressure on yourself, because when it becomes stressful you make mistakes and then it becomes more stressful, whereas I've just had a really chill low stakes sewing session where I took a sidebar to make cupcakes, which are cooling now, which I need to go get some icing for. So I think I'm going to stop here on this particular enrichment activity and pick it up maybe tomorrow, and then I've got to go get some icing, I've got to make some dinner and get ready to go to hoop, and then the day will be nearly over. But I've had so much fun. I love how fast it is to make cupcakes, and while I can make frosting at home, this is just reliable and fast, and I don't have loads to turn around, so I'm gonna wait for them to cool and put this on top. I finished hoop a couple of hours ago. It was really fun. I've not been in months, well, maybe like weeks at least. And if you don't know what hoop is, it's literally just a metal pole covered in tape, hoop covered in tape, sorry. And that shit hurts. And it's amazing how quickly your training and like your skin's resistance to the pain fucking disappears. But that's okay, I still had loads of fun, and I ended up randomly discovering a dynamic drop that wasn't part of the class plan, so that was really good. And then me and my partner have literally sat, so I was going to play Sims tonight, but then he found some instructions online of how to play Mario Party, but like with arbitrary rules, which means you want to lose, but obviously you can't just like avoid getting stars and stuff. You have to still follow some rules, which is really fun. And I just won that game, and now it's 11:15 and I think I'm gonna try and finish this book. But I've had so much fun today. I've done hoop, I've done some reading, I've baked some cupcakes, I like got way further into sewing those trousers, played a lot of Mario Party. It's a really nice day. I wish it was bank holiday all the time. I went to the studio, like not a single person, I didn't even catch anyone glimpsing at my like level it. So just a reminder that real people have random skin issues, and that's fine. It's not serious. I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm gonna go for a walk tomorrow, but bye, thanks for hanging out.